Thank you so much guys for turning to this brand new video. It's a try Notula challenge when you hear what President Trump just said. First of all, take a look at this clip guys. It's insane. It's totally insane. Here we go.
Donald Trump spoke to Turning Point USA. It was a humiliating and embarrassing speech. We're going to look at a little bit of it. Now, I want to contextualize this for you just a little bit. Donald Trump is now suddenly playing up his Christian credentials. He does it when he speaks to Turning Point USA. It has been announced that tomorrow, Donald Trump will be participating in a public Bible reading. Trump is really playing up his Christian credentials, and this is going to be relevant in a moment.
But he also attacked Pope. Keep in mind, every time, keep in mind, he attacked Pope multiple times. He said Pope likes crime.
But I want to remind you that Donald Trump previously, when he spoke to Turning Point, acknowledged that he is not a Christian. So just remember, we all suspected Trump wasn't really a Christian. He didn't really find Jesus right when it was time to run for president. Here, I want to call you back to this former Trump speech. Trump acknowledged the truth about his religiosity. Remember this?
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got it.
I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. So remember that the entire framing of Donald Trump in general as a Christian is not only not credible or believable to the most superficial observer. Trump has occasionally let slip he's not a Christian. Cool. Let's now go to his speech to Turning Point.
Let me tell you who Trump is. Trump is Jesus. I'm sorry I'm saying this, but Trump posted this, that he was pretending to be a Jesus. Do you remember that post? That was literally shocking for me.
Over the weekend, where Donald Trump said a number of different things, including the number of wars that he ended, which he says soon is going to be 10.
To begin with, I ended 8 wars, and it may be a little early to say this, but if we add Iran and Lebanon, that will be 10 wars ended and many, many millions of lives saved. Think of how many lives.
I'm tired of this listening again and again. Literally, I'm tired now. I can't listen this again and again. I have stopped 8 wars. I deserve Nobel Peace Prize. And now he is taking credit to end Iran war. He himself started this war. That's insane.
Now, a lot of you wrote to me correctly remarking on, look at how diminished Trump's vocabulary is. He's just, all he can say is stuff like, really, really, very, very. He speaks like a 4th grader or a 5th grader, something like that. That's all true. My question is more with regard to foreign policy. If you start a war and then the war ends, do you get credit for starting a war or for ending a war?
That's what I'm saying to you.
I think that if you start the war, you can't really get credit for ending
Exactly. It. When you started this war, how can you get credit after ending the war? That's insane. Like, my mind doesn't accept this. It's not logical, you know?
Would sort of be like giving the arsonist credit for putting a fire out. Even if they do put it out, you can't go around going, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here because you must praise me because I put out 10 fires today. Yeah, but you started all 10 of them. That doesn't really make sense. You're still an arsonist. We still arrest you and charge you with arson. This is the sort of trapeze artistry that Donald Trump wants us to fall for. I'm ending wars all over the place. Now, put aside for a second that Trump is sometimes confused about some of these conflicts. Some of the wars he ended weren't wars. Some of them were made up. It was it Albania and Azerbaijan? Trump says he ended that one, or I don't even remember. None of it made any sense. Donald Trump also confused about what even were the goals of his deportation scheme. Because Trump bragged to the Turning Point audience, by the way, an audience that is increasingly skeptical of Donald Trump. Trump bragged to them that now we are seeing reverse migration, more people leaving the U.S. than coming in.
but we've deported a record number of criminal aliens, a record. Nobody's ever seen the numbers like this. And for the first time in more than 50 years, we now have reverse migration. A beautiful thing, actually.
But don't forget to talk about what ICE is doing to the common people of USA. Do you remember that sad incident of woman she was brutally killed by ICE? I remember that. That was a very sad incident.
You know, what always gets me about this is that there's a prevailing view in the American right that the United States needs more people in order to become more prosperous. Now, this is not it's not universally accepted economically, but there is a significant scholarship of economics that believes that in order to grow, you need more people. Now, there was a time where, for example, China for a while believed the opposite. The China one-child policy, which has now been done away with, but China's birth rate is still not recovering, at least for now. The China one-child policy was based around the concept that, hey, the country is of a limited size. The fewer people we have, the more there is for each person. Let's become prosperous by limiting families to one child. They realized that that didn't actually work for them. So then they reversed and they realized our population is going to start declining. We've got to try to reverse this. So the belief from many of these right-wingers is the United States does need more people in order to grow. And here is Trump bragging about more people leaving than coming in. Now, if you ask them, they could say, well, we can still grow through domestic births. But Trump is also trying to challenge birthright citizenship. So it's all a complete and total mishmash. But the point is, Elon Musk and others have been quite influential in right-wing circles at convincing Republicans that we need to increase the birth rate. We need families having more kids. The goal being we need way more people in order to grow as an economy. Even those who don't necessarily subscribe to the have as many kids as possible policy still believe that to grow, the United States needs to bring in 3 times the number of legal immigrants than are currently coming in. And then you've got Trump, who claims to be the benefactor of, or not the benefactor, but rather to be the person who is going to generate the economic growth that he campaigned on, is bragging about more people leaving the country than coming in. By most economics belief, not all, but most, and certainly by what Republicans believe, his own fellow Republicans, the U.S. needs more people, not fewer people. And Trump is bragging that more people are leaving than coming in. It doesn't make any sense. And then finally, we are getting really close, folks, really close to passing a healthcare plan.
We will pass the great health care plan. We call it the great health care plan, to stop all payments to big insurance companies and give the money. What we want to do is this. We want the insurance companies to be cut out. We want our government not to pay trillions of dollars to insurance companies, to pay that same amount of money directly to the people, directly, and you go out and buy your own health care.
That's what I want to talk about. Why Trump don't work for the common people of USA. I'm talking about the health projects and the other projects that the common people of USA will get benefits from that. Why he is interested in outside of USA, starting the wars, doing negotiations with different countries and putting tariff on allies countries, threatening allies countries, threatening France. Everywhere he's involved. Why he just don't work on the common people of USA? I'm making videos since 2 or 3 years. I remember the Biden era. He wasn't involved so much outside of USA.
We will pass
There you go. It's coming very soon. It's just going to be a couple more weeks until Trump's new healthcare plan is made law. We've only been waiting since July of 2020, when Trump said 2 weeks from now, we will have a brand new healthcare law that will replace Obamacare. We've been waiting a long time. Does anyone believe that it's coming soon? I struggle to believe it.
Well, guys, did you hear what President Trump just said? I just want to talk about, as I told you before, I'm making videos since 2 or 3 years now. What I have seen as a commentator on US politics, the situation of USA, I can see literally President Trump is completely different from President Biden. He wasn't involved outside of USA. Trump is involved outside of USA so much, like He's outside of USA. He's working outside of USA. When we talk about China as well, the president of China, he isn't like Trump. They are working on their country. They are so much busy. You can literally see the difference. They are working on their own people. They are working on they're inside the country. But what Trump is just doing, that's totally, I cannot defend that. What do you want to say? Are you satisfied with Trump presidency so far? It's the second term. Can you tell me something about from the first term of President Trump? Were you satisfied from that term as well? From the first term? Are you satisfied with President Trump so far? If you're a Republican, I want to know about your opinion. Like, what do you want to say so far? I just really gain a lot of knowledge from your comments actually. I'm a student of US politics and you're the teacher. You have to teach me the correct politics of USA. Please excuse my accent as well. I'm not a native speaker. I'm just trying to learn American accent as soon as possible. Consider subscribing. When you click on the subscribe button, it actually helps me a lot. It means a lot to me. I'll bring more important videos for you. Till then, please take care of yourself. Take care of your health. It's very important. It's important more than anything in the world.